We're going to support the mayor today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Live from Waterloo, it's Miss Rocky and Chaveevah, and this is North End Update. You know what time it is.
Boom shakalaka! Oh
yes, welcome. It's a party because it's Friday, and Madison is here.
Yes.
And today is Support Your Elected Official Day. And Support Your Elected Official Day.
Yes.
And since you're the elected official that's sitting at the table, we are so supporting you, Mayor.
Yes. Can we start the day over again so that like people know early in the morning?
Right.
So that they know the whole day.
Okay.
Right, 'cause some people probably aren't so supportive. But
Instead of take your elected official for granted
There we
today,
go.
how
There
about
you go.
celebrate your elected official?
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, and welcome to Madison Christenson.
Hello.
Yes, and you've got a whole bunch of stuff in front of you.
I've got a lot here today. We're going to do some fun stuff. I have a lot of
Awesome.
fun things to do.
Awesome, awesome.
Madison
okay.
is with us from the Grout Museum, and she's going to do some cool stuff. Not right this moment, but pretty soon.
Yes, and I'm Rocky, if you don't know.
And I'm Chaveevah, if you
And this
don't know.
is North End Update.
Yes, it is.
And first, we have to shout out, Mayor, to our special frequent viewers.
And Bobby Colson, Betty Cozy, Beth Cox Hollingsworth,
Yes, indeed.
Charles Dostell,
Yes,
Charles Young,
all of them.
Ricky Thomas, Deborah Slater,
Yes.
and Yolando Lovelace.
Right,
yes.
right. And today, like we said before, we've got Madison here, and she's going to share some things from her kitchen.
Science, yes.
Science, okay.
Science you can do in your kitchen.
All right,
cool.
in just a moment. And we want you to stick around because we're going to, what are we doing, Chaveevah? We want you to stick
bit of
around for our
everything.
talking point. Because our talking point today will be lupus.
Oh, that's right. This is Lupus Awareness Month.
Yes, and we want to also thank you for making us the best show on the internet.
That's right.
And we also want to thank you for helping us to celebrate 6 years of positivity from a North End perspective.
And we want to make sure you stay with us for Give It Air, okay? Our focus is still
Oh, yeah.
on this term woke, all
Yes.
right? And our word for today from Derek Holmes is
Wakanda. Now that's a new word. He blew my mind when he said that one. I'm like, seriously, Derek?
For
Okay,
sure. We've
Caleb.
got comments from
Doug Marshall says, I celebrate the mayor and his vision and accomplishments. Thank you, Mayor Hart.
That is
Yes,
true. That is
yes.
true.
All
Thank you.
right.
Indeed. Also, we want you to know we're looking for another intern. Caleb, Ed, can you get a shot of Caleb on his way out? This is his last show. So he put in his 2-week notice.
Yes.
And he's going to be gone.
We love Caleb, but he is out of here.
Out of
He's
here.
gone.
with Met Transit on Monday.
All
Yay!
right.
So you'll see him driving a bus, one bus or two or whatever they do.
And when you see him on the bus, say, you know what time
But don't
it
you
is.
get off before 4 o'clock? No.
Right, I know. We've tried that already.
Right.
We've already tried that. So if you know a young person that would like to learn about the camera room down here at City Hall or follow us around if we ever go out in the streets again, just let us know. Inbox us or email us at northendupdate.
At gmail.com.
All right. So let's see. Now we want to congratulate the winners.
Yes, absolutely. We want to congratulate Van Harris, who won a Banneker watch by
Yes.
Derek Holmes.
Yes, Mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And Tracy.
Yeah.
May Ambrose. It's kind of hard to keep up with the notes sometimes. I know I have the same
I'm over here
problem.
looking like.
After a long day.
Okay.
May Ambrose won the Tracy Lovelace Hills box of happy things. And Tracy will now be with us to help us get our prize recipients all of their gifts. So that's a big help. Shout out to Tracy Lovelace Hill.
For sure.
Yeah, we want to congratulate Felicia. Mayor, were you there? You were.
I was not. It's prom
you.
day last
Oh,
week.
that's
so
right.
yeah, she knew I wouldn't be there, but
And speaking of which, your sons were looking very handsome. I did
Thank
get
you.
a chance to see
Thank
their
you.
pictures online.
Man, the apple don't fall too far.
Oh, okay.
Listen to that. You
Much more refined version than me, right?
Okay,
Okay.
right. You say QJ, you got to say.
No, they had and all of the young people, they met over at Lincoln Park, and all of them were looking incredible that evening. So just a really great time in Waterloo from east to west, and these different proms. So.
And Mayor, we're going to talk to you because we're going to talk to the mayor first, and we're going to let you finish us out with the demonstration. Okay, Madison, because everybody is support your elected official day. We know you want to support him by letting him go first.
Of course.
Okay, we always go ladies
Right.
first, but today is an exception. So I know Chaveevah, he's been busy. The river is high. Cedar River's high.
Yes.
But it's not slowing down project.
Right,
The
right.
process.
Wow. Okay,
Right?
okay.
Talk about that. Also, wait, let me just tell you what the mayor's been doing. I made a little note
I
here.
see.
He's been to the Peace Officers Memorial. Of course, if you've seen that on the City Hall channel, I've been looking. Celebrating the Youth City Council. You've been doing
wow.
that.
That's
We
a
want you
big
to
deal.
kind of skim over some of that because of Infrastructure Week. We saw Tara
Yeah.
Thomas do that. Also, your prom, your Mother's Day, since we've seen you, the Central High reunion, East High to St. Ambrose, and so much more.
Oh wow, yeah.
Talk about all those things that since last month.
Okay. So, my son and his friends had like a signing day where it basically said where they're going to continue on with their athletics, as well as, academics first, and then
Of course,
athletics.
yes,
So, I think their entire basketball team, the starters are at least, is going somewhere. You had other kids going other places across the country, from being engineers to being in business, but really good celebration. So shout out to all the graduates, whether East High or West, with Samarion, who I knew would send me.
okay,
Like,
yes.
these are like my nephews, and so just
And
good
to
to
see
see them.
Sherman's picture with him and the kindergartner,
Absolutely.
Yes.
and now
First day of school
Yeah.
to the
And
last.
he's gonna play basketball too. But if you ask Sherman and Samarion who his best basketball coach was, it was me in second and
it
third
had to
grade. I'm
be
taking
you.
all the credit.
especially today.
Right,
You can
right.
take it.
But also it is Infrastructure Week, so we have a ton of different projects taking place. So we've been wanting to highlight that, how important it is to have good relationships with local and federal government to get some of these things done. We have 2 bridges under construction. We have the project off of LaPorte Road in Charlotte in that area, San Martin, other road projects. We have our fiber project that we're working with, and we're hoping that we be able to begin construction over our internet service from Waterloo Fiber, maybe July or August. So looking forward to that major project. So a lot of good things happening within the community, a lot of developments, great to see. And then last but not least, you mentioned our Youth City Council and their ability to be able to get a bill passed on the state level that deals with mental health challenges that our young people have today. And so on the back of the IDs of every kid around the state, there'll be a QR code with mental health resources to help them in challenging. They said anywhere between 450,000 to 500,000 children would have access to that QR code. And then just really quickly, we have a couple events coming up. We have our Veterans Banner event that's coming up on May 25th. I think it's about 5. I think Agnes will put
You better check with Agnes.
she'll put up that graphic with the correct time. And then also June 1st at about 7 o'clock over near Anton's, we'll have our bridge lighting as well for our lighting project. So a lot of good things happening, celebrations. My Waterloo Day is coming up. They need volunteers, so go out and volunteer.
Okay, that's
All
right.
right.
That's your call to service on the Mayor's Support Day. So y'all got to do it now. Going out there and volunteer.
Oh my.
Just like he asked, right? All right. And we wanted, what is that, breaking news?
Public
Caleb,
works.
you got some breaking news? Thanks. Breaking news brought to you by the Community Foundation of Northeast Iowa. Here for good and helping to create equitable communities. And what is the breaking news?
breaking news is that Ferguson Team Real Estate has a new realtor.
Yay! All right. And we're going to look forward to meeting her and the rest of the Ferguson team at their upcoming ribbon cutting.
Okay.
So that's
Chaveevah McCoo?
Oh, Chaveevah. Yes, she just got her license and is looking forward to working with the Ferguson Real Estate team, which is located right on East 4th Street now. So, all right, and we got to talk about Soul Town.
Oh, my.
Yes, we have the Soul Town magazine here for you today.
This is the latest edition. It's a tribute to Harry Belafonte, just a number of things. There's always so much good stuff in the Soul Town. Things that are of interest, not just to our local community because a local person created this, but things of nationwide, worldwide interest. So.
And if you need to pick up your copy, you could go to Earth's Beauty Supply at 704 Franklin Street, or go to the soultownmagazine.com, or you can call Chillin directly at 319-505-4020. So pick up your copy today, or electronic.
That's right. That's right. Okay, today now we're going to move on to our talking point. And if you don't mind kind of entertaining this with us a little bit. Well, actually, today we're kind of focusing more on health. It's about lupus. Have you heard of lupus?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
I have heard of lupus.
And we thought maybe some people might want to hear something a little bit more by someone who's experienced the symptoms of lupus. And Chaveevah, I know you've had a personal experience.
Yes.
And we know others that have had experiences too. So we just kind of want to shine the light on lupus and see what Chaveevah has to say.
Well, first of all, for people who don't really know what lupus is, it's a chronic autoimmune disease, and it can affect different parts of your body, your skin, your organs, your joints. And it's, imagine your body being at war with your body. That's kind of what it's like, where your system that's supposed to protect you attacks things just sort of randomly. And like I said, it could be one of your major organs, it could be anything, and it causes a lot of problems. In my case, it caused me to have to get hip replacement
at a young age.
Yeah.
How old were you when this first happened?
What I call young anyway. I was 30.
You were in your 30s.
Yeah, in my 30s. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's and you know that's my same experience with colon cancer. The doctors were all surprised, and I'm sure that with you, they were surprised at that age for you to go through something like that.
Right, because there was no family connection, and you know, 90% of people who suffer from lupus are women, but then you also have men, and men tend to be affected even more severely. So.
And talk about the symptoms and what should a person look for if they should be looking for it, and when should a person know that it's time to see a doctor and with that concern?
I guess as with any sort of thing, it's good to listen to your body, but the thing about lupus, it's called the great imitator because so many symptoms can, you know, mimic other things. Like you can think, my first diagnosis was arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, but it was not that. And as time goes on, you know, you just, sometimes with your skin, you'll get what's called a butterfly rash across your face. You know, it looks like you've been burnt. So, you know, I mean, on African Americans, it look like you've been burnt. But, yeah, if you notice something really being off, by all means, be proactive about your health. So.
Right. I know you shared some more personal things about it, but, you know, just overall, people be aware of your health, you know, and make sure you have a major provider, healthcare provider, that you feel comfortable discussing any symptoms that you might experience. But today we're highlighting lupus because this is Lupus Awareness Month, and I'm sure we don't have a resource for them to go to, but I'm sure if you type in lupus this month, you're going to find somebody to help.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that personal segment with us, Chaveevah. And now, did you want to chime in? Did you know somebody that had lupus? Because I don't want to.
Personally, no, but it's from what I've heard, it's just with anything, it's really hard.
I know.
I'm
When,
sure it can be hard.
when she said, "Try to imagine your body attacking itself." You
Yeah,
can
that's
hardly
shocking.
imagine, yeah.
Well, and at the same time, too, especially getting certain diseases at such young ages, there can feel sometimes, I'm sure, like lack of representation. Being younger, maybe not finding people to relate to.
Right.
If people your age aren't getting those diseases.
Right. Good point.
True.
Thank you,
Yes.
Madison. Okay, well, thank you again, Chaveevah. And now we're at our Give It Air segment right before we get to close out with Madison and her demonstration. You can take all the time you want because we're honoring the mayor, and Agnes and Ed don't have anything to do after the show. So, and you don't worry about the mayor, though.
Yeah, you better give her time. Help her sister out.
All right. So listen, our Give It Air we got to talk about the word Wakanda, and it was a great invention by Derek Holmes.
Yeah, no, he is great with coming up
Yeah,
with
he
these
is.
Right,
words.
and when he
Yeah.
said this, it just blew my mind. But our word today, Chaveevah, do you want to go ahead and explain this?
Our word for today is Wakanda.
Okay.
Okay, it's a combination of Wakanda and woke.
Okay.
Wakanda is a noun, and it's a fictional, futuristic country in East Africa used in the movie Black Panther. It's a place where the people are extremely conscious and innovative. Okay, then we have woke, an adjective, alert to or concerned about social injustice and discrimination.
Right.
When you put those two together,
You got
Wakanda.
Wakanda, which is a noun. To see things with your inner senses and with crystal clarity while being in this wonderful place in your mental space. And that's Derek Holmes, and I think it's very appropriate and very fitting that he invent this word, Wakanda. So what he ended the phrase with was
Wakanda forever.
So we love that, and we hope you guys can appreciate that word. And we want you to know that, contrary to what you may hear, woke is a good thing. We want you to stay woke. In the black community, many times we say stay black. So we want you to stay black till we get back and stay woke and don't fall for the okie doke.
there you go.
Hey! Okay. And we don't usually ask
All
our
right.
guests to contribute to our Give It Air. We just want to get it out there. So thank you for listening. And if we have any comments, Caleb, anybody saying anything about all that?
Amy Cass says, thanks, Agnes. My internet has been cutting out, so I missed most of what the mayor had to say.
Oh, no! Well, Agnes will not let him say it again because she has to go home.
Of all days.
Of all days.
On my day.
Agnes posted the links.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Agnes.
All right. All right, so it is finally time for us to talk.
Finally,
To
she sat here
Madison.
through all this. Madison, what do you have?
So I have a couple of different science experiments. So we do these science experiments out of the Blue Dorn Science Imaginarium. So during the summertime, we do them 3 times a day, Tuesday through Saturday. So we are at it quite a bit. But I brought a pretty simple one today, just talking about some simple things that we can find in our kitchen and taking some very basic elements of science and kind of applying them. So for example, I'm going to talk a little bit about the 3 states of matter. So we have solid, which I'm going to represent with my marbles here. So a solid is going to weigh the most. It's going to have the most density or weight to it. So we can see there's no space in my solid here. My liquid, it's going to have a little bit of weight, but it's going to have a lot of open space still in it. So I have my liquid. And then gas. We have gas here with 1 marble in it, little bit of weight, but still a lot more space than these 2 guys. So we can apply density to a couple of different things, but probably the easiest is just taking kitchen items and applying it to that. So for example, if I were to take this cup.
I see those balls. I might want to sit back a little bit.
So I'm going to put a couple of different things in this cup, and we're going to watch what happens. So I'm going to put in corn syrup.
Corn syrup.
Then I'm going to put inside dish soap. I'm going to try not to spill it. I will try to be very careful.
Dish soap.
And then I'm going to put inside, let's do some maple syrup.
It's no longer edible.
All my sticky stuff in here. Syrup, and then a little bit of vegetable oil. So what we're going to notice as I put these items in is that they are going to separate. So they're separating because they have different weights. So just like the 3 states of matter, how they have different weights, these liquids are going to have different weights as well. So we can see the corn syrup made its way all the way to the bottom because it's going to weigh the most. And then we have our maple syrup, which is also pretty heavy, so it's going to separate down there. We have Dawn dish soap and then vegetable oil. So no matter what combination I put these items in the cup, they will always end up just like this. Corn syrup will always go to the bottom, and then vegetable oil is always going to go to the top. So no matter, again, what side I put them in, they're always going to end up this way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that is so interesting. And so what about if you just added water?
If I added
Where would
water,
that go?
let's see. So I have
Water
here.
would go under that one.
I have some water here.
No.
Yes. You want me to put some water in? I will
Water
put some
remain-
in. Okay.
Water.
Can water remain at the top?
Let's see.
Water.
So let's see. So water's pretty loose. Is water looser than vegetable oil? Yeah. Vegetable oil has a little bit more weight than water.
Okay.
So we're going to put a little bit of this in. It's going to make its way up more towards the top.
Oh,
It's a
look
lot
at that.
looser.
Yeah, just like
So if I had baby oil, for example, that is very loose. It's looser even than vegetable oil.
Oh.
So it's also going to go right to the top. It's going to weigh less. So just like how corn syrup's always going to go to the bottom.
All
It weighs
right.
less.
That's awesome. Let's clap for her because she carried a whole bunch of stuff down the elevator.
I did.
2 times.
2 times.
I'm impressed.
Thank you,
got me.
Madison. That's interesting.
Of course. Yeah, and then I actually did, if we have time, I did bring
Me
some
too.
artifacts from our toy exhibit.
Yes,
Yeah,
talk
so
about that.
let's pause on these guys for today. But I'm going to talk about some really cool artifacts that our exhibits department sent me with today. So I have 2 different things in here. I have this guy. Now this is a Fisher-Price truck. When we move it, we can see its eyes are going to go back and forth there. This is ranging from the 1960s. So we still have Fisher-Price toys. So it's kind of interesting to see how they've evolved as the years have gone by. We have a lot in our toy exhibit too. We have a whole Fisher-Price section. It's pretty interesting to find to see. A lot of the things that I had when we were kids, we still have them. They're still toys that are sold in store.
I saw the Cabbage Patch there.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
my
have.
kids were going through when my kids were born.
Yeah.
The Cabbage Patch and Ninja Turtles were a big thing.
Oh, the Cabbage Patch I think is really interesting. We have something in our exhibit right now. It's baby doll that looks like a Cabbage Patch.
Oh.
The story behind the Cabbage Patch is that it was actually a ripped off brand. So they stole it. We actually have one of the baby dolls in our collection of the original toys. So there was the baby doll, and then the people who made Cabbage Patch saw it and took the design and created the Cabbage Patch.
Did they get a lawsuit?
They did. But again, we're looking at a company that's pretty big. They're going to beat them out. So they eventually, to adapt, because the Cabbage Patch was selling out in stores and it was huge.
I bet.
Yes, so they ended up actually using their old toys as makeshift to kind of be a fake Cabbage Patch doll, even though it was the original design. So kind of adapt. It's really interesting to see. Yeah, in the exhibit. So we also have this is just a Midge toy. That's a company called Midge Toy. They were founded in Rockford, Illinois. So this is a very simple toy that was made out of just either it can be from 2 inches to 9 inches. Just a model train. They would have these in 5 and dime stores. Yeah,
This looks like my
they're
my
very
kind of toy.
yeah, they're very simple.
Simplicity at its best.
Yes, these would cost from about 20 cents to $3.
And
So
were they made in?
the 1950s.
I'm talking about in America.
Oh, Rockford, Illinois.
Oh, Rockford.
Okay.
See,
Rockford,
that's what I
Illinois.
love,
Yep,
see?
Rockford, Illinois.
The
And
old
so
stuff is the good stuff
Yep.
made in America.
very simple. They'd be at 5 and dime stores. So it's kind of interesting to see the evolution. Yeah.
It is. If you'd like to see more of that good stuff at the Grout Museum, you can go there and see their exhibit called The Toy Box, Generations of Play. And today we're having a drawing for a membership to the Grout Museum. All you have to do is say in the next 4 minutes, Agnes, while we're singing happy birthday, say, I want a membership. 5 minutes. Got 5 minutes to say I want a membership to get your membership to the Grout Museum and enjoy all the stuff in time for Memorial Day that's coming up. So we got the best birthday peeper today, Mayor.
Yes, birthdays today, Virginia Henderson.
Hey, the birthday lady. lady.
Jamie Michelle,
Yay.
Oliver Schmitz,
Yes.
Oh, yes, the
Avriel Ra,
Our
Yes.
friends.
Josh Baumgardner,
Kickbox. Yes, and Jack Beard, Georgia Hodge, who used to swing around with me on the monkey bars at Longfellow.
Okay. Going way
All
back there.
right. Carlos Frazier, C. Lawson, C. No Other, Corey Sink, which is the wife of Brian, and she's so sweet.
Yes.
And also Jeannie Wagner Ostel. Do you know her?
No.
Oh, some people we don't know.
But happy birthday.
Yes,
You're
happy
our best
birthday.
birthday people.
We got to get to know you.
Yes.
All right, and we want to sing. Now, Madison, I know you can sing. With that kind of voice, you probably, are you way up high on the soprano?
They always said I was soprano. I always thought I was more alto.
Okay, just try your hardest.
I will try
Do
my
your
hardest.
best,
I will
okay?
try my hardest.
All right, and I'm sure you would agree.
It couldn't fit more perfectly.
Can you clap? Have a word party.
On the day you meant to be.
Happy birthday to ya.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday. You're sounding good on your day. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Yay! Madison, I didn't hear the soprano.
I was more alto today.
Okay,
There you go.
you're trying to hang with her, right?
There you go.
More alto. Keep it down.
Okay.
Real low.
It works. Me, you, and MJB. Okay.
Mary J.
Mary J. Hello. All right. We got some great upcoming shows. The rest of this month I know we have Yolanda Lovelace and Dottie Simpson coming for Memorial Day. And I can't pull off the top of my head who we have next week, but it's going to be a great one. You don't want to miss it. Do we have any comments for that free? What happened to our phone, Caleb? Huh. Well,
It has a mind of its own.
I think so.
I'm sure
we have
we
any
will
comments for the
agree.
winner?
There you go.
On Mayor's Day.
Okay. All right. Well, look to find out how you can get your museum invitation here soon on our next show. Okay? And until next week, we want to invite you to keep doing more things that make you awesome.
That's right. Like our awesome mayor.
Yes.
And also like Madison from the Grout Museum.
Yes.
That's right.
Because it
makes
us
us
all
all
look
look
good,
good.
whether we're live or not.
That's right. And remember, if it's Friday,
It's
It's
North
North
End
End Update.
Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week.